All right. So I'm still planning out the Don TV stream for Wednesday. I still have a few different ideas, but as I'm thinking about it more, if we're it's still just kind of an announcement of an announcement, right? We're not like fully showing anything. We're not revealing all the utility, are we? Because like that might be a short conversation if that's what it is.
No, I don't think there would be a short conversation because there's like multiple things that we have that we can chat about.
Okay.
What I want to use this for is that as we are going closer to TGE, I want to come off as a team that is like, that has its shit together and that is also thinking like months or years ahead. And that is like one of the things that I want to do with Dime TV also. The more I look back, not from us joining perspective, but the more I look back in the past 2 years of 2 3 years of just like Paradigm and Paradex existing, I think one of the biggest mistakes that has happened in the marketing is and this I realized when there was when I saw Sahib's stream today, was that there has absolutely been no marketing or no presence of Paradigm. That was back when we were doing Paradex. That was important because that would have positioned Fidi as a really like founder who's already successful, knows his shit, and like don't put me in the same league. So this time when we are doing Money Badgers, it's also that like 20% conversation would be money badgers and what we are doing 20 to 25%, but 80% conversation would just be around that how good we have been in building products, businesses, how right we have been since the last 3 years, since the last 3, 4, 6 years, whatever, when we chose to build Paradigm, do boom, successful, build Paradex, boom, successful, doing great, volumes are good, and then we are following the same trajectory. So it also needs to come off as that this is like a team of winners who can think years ahead, and they've already like picked up that like streaming and having this culture is like the next wave of things, and that is where Money Badgers is coming in. So the more conversation, less conversation should lean into okay, what exactly is Money Badgers? What is your plan in Money Badgers? But it's like, why Money Badgers? Like why are you doing this? Needs to be at the highlight of the conversation, more to like what is it? What is the value accrual of this NFT? No, it's like uh, like if uh like the why thing, I think like it just makes sense and it just like positions us as a team that okay knows their shit, probably going to win. When like it's like when you see Sahib's podcast also, how Fidi starts talking about Paradigm, he's like, I wanted to build something, and then I just saw that okay, it was really hard to compete against these exchanges. So I figured out, okay, what can I do? I can build an RFQ platform. Then I figured out that there is this gap. I was working in this industry and I realized nobody was building for this. And I built Paradigm and boom, Paradigm, successful business, blah, blah, blah. Then we realized that, okay, we're losing money on FTX. FTX is a scam. We have a great network of institutions and we've already built a successful business. And now I think that we need to build a DEX. And boom, we built a DEX, but the DEX is successful. And now we need to build a distribution company. Like we need to have a media arm. We need to go into culture because this movement that we've started, it cannot go ahead. Like the next thing to make it the next big thing is that we like get into culture. Like with Paradex and Paradigm, we entered like all the crypto financial degenerates, and like with Money Badges now we are going to enter into this like the cultural degenerates. And if you think more and more about it, it's also that what we've done so far is that this is a rise of a man who was like it. We have to like nail it down and like roll it a lot around Fiddy also. Like that has to be the plan, that this is the rise of a man who started from a very white collar industry, from a very corporate industry, and he has been nailing things with whatever he has understood and whatever access he had. He started from the Wall Street desk. So at that time, it's very white collar, very close to institutions. So he built something that was institutional, got success there, and he realized that I want to build something bigger. I want to build the next big thing. And he was clearly at that time did not have the resources or the network to build Paradex, but he had the resources to build Paradigm. So he built Paradigm, and then he was like, boom, now I have to take this entire operation, this entire movement to the next big thing, and I built Paradex. And straight from like B2B, I go to D2C now. I'm like directly like going to retail. And now with this movement, I am penetrating the retail that was even that is even hard to penetrate, like the masses. Like now I'm like, how do I get a 19-year-old, 20-year-old kid in the US or in the UK to care about us? How do I get like more people to care about us? And that is where we realize that having a cultural brand is a great funnel to tap in people and get in more people into this business. So it needs to come off as a grand plan. As a grand plan is like, this is like something, and that is what we want to sell. Like we are going to sell Fiddy's vision into this, that this is like, I've been planning this, and it's like we are selling a man and his dream, and money badges is the part of that dream. So we don't make it all about money badges, but it's just like when he speaks, it's like he is right. Like he is very right about building this. And that validation that he's very right about building this comes from, he was right when he decided to build Paradex, and he was right when he decided to build Paradigm. I understood what was the most important thing to do right then, did it. Understood what was the most important thing, then did it. Now again, understanding what is the most important thing to get to the next level, doing it. So if you've like missed out on here, you've missed out on here, don't miss out on this. Like keep your tabs open. And that entire conversation needs to be very convincing. And that is something that we are going to clip also. I mean, we need to build more on this, but it's like this is like the narrative that we need to take things to, because I think one of the biggest L's that we have taken in marketing, the more I think about it, is that there is no awareness around Paradigm even now, when it's like so close. Our partners don't know what Paradigm is. The other day we were explaining this Korean guy also what Paradigm is, and I think that comes from that Paradigm and Paradex, these guys never detached them as two different companies, and there was never like standalone PR. Like if Paradigm was also doing things of its own, you can always be like, whoa, bro, this man has like, it needs to be out there that like Fiddy is not on the same league as like, or the founder, because these guys were like employees at, and now they've started this. This man already has a very successful business that he's built, and this is Paradex is his second venture. And then Money Badgers is his third new thing that he is doing on top of it. So it should not come off as a pre-TGE hustler founder. Like needs to get out of that branding that, like I'm actually doing this for the future of finance. Like I like the regardless of like, I'm not like your regular pre-TGE founder. I've built businesses before that are super successful, super revenue generating, and I've done it again and again and again in the last 6 to 7 years. And I was right about Paradigm. I was right about Paradex. I am right about building this cultural brand. And that is where we need to take this whole conversation. And that is what we need to clip and put all of these messages out there, that this is the only way. Like owning culture and owning media stream and owning a lifestyle brand is the only way that this entire operation gets to the next level. So it's still like it's all eyes on the token, all eyes on like Paradex, and the main business but it's like this is the most important vehicle how we can build this, because at the end of the day it is super hard to financially make people excited about this. But what we are doing is we are telling them how important this is and how we are on the right track, so they get more excited about this. Like they get more excited about Paradex. They are like bullish that, whoa, the past is perfect, the present right now looks good, and they have already figured out the future. Like they've planned their next, it should come off like they've planned their next 1-2 years of like exactly like this team knows what exactly they want to do post TGE, and it's like they know how to run this business, and that is for a fact that we've like been speaking these things. So it needs to come off, like all of these things need to come off in this live stream. So more or less, like how I see this introduction of a brand is just like shedding more light on the decision of starting the brand, and not getting too much into, okay, how are you going to generate revenue, how are the buybacks going to happen. No, like we are not, you like we are on that level where you don't even ask us these questions. You don't ask the what, because we always nail the what. You ask us why, because you are curious to know the why, because you're asking that why because you know that the 2 times we've built something, it has been like a hit. So like we are on a streak here. We know what we've been doing for the past many years, and we are just right about this. So it's more or less just whoever the host is like, why are you doing this? And then it's like comes back to all of this. So it needs to be more like, why is like a finance bro, someone who's like building a text? Why are you building a lifestyle brand? Why do you think this is important? Why do you think? And it's like, so more and more like questions around this. Like again, we have time TGE coming in. No matter what we do, nothing can overshadow that or like get more important than that. So we just have to make sure that everything money values need to tie in where it makes people more bullish on Paradex. Like that is its goal right now. So like the whole flow needs to be in that direction, and I do feel that the whole flow needs to be around the founder and his streak of execution and being right about things.
I just wanted to wait. I just wanted to wait.
No.
I'm glad I recorded this. This is the video already. This is a video. We're gonna publish it. You said everything perfectly. You had the passion. You had it like very sequential, very easy to follow, and you didn't reveal any sensitive information. I'm
Yeah.
publishing this as a video. This is our premiere this week.
Let's go! Beach background.